So my name is Brandon Quick. I'm one of the two co-owners of the American Grappling Federation, and we were hit up by USA Grappling and asked to do qualifiers for USA Grappling. They had gone to the UWW World Championships, and grappling as a sport had broken off from wrestling underneath UWW, and the Americans had already gone to the Wrestling World Championships and done the grappling days in the past, 18, 19, and then COVID hit at a couple funky years like everyone did, and then in 2022 they just won in Pontevedra, Spain. I think they won the Nogi Day. But the qualifiers, just like in wrestling, boxing, judo, being able to represent USA and put your name and USA on your back and represent the United States, you have to go through qualifiers, the team trials, and then you are able to represent the country and you get a full ride to go compete wherever you're gonna go compete at that year's World Championships. So USA Grappling hit me up and they're like, hey, what do you think of this? And I had heard and talked to them about how they had done it in the past. Some were quickly promoted, as in hey, we got a promotion or a qualifier coming up really fast in Nebraska or in Vegas or at a gym, and so it was kind of a hodgepodge put together, but it wasn't necessarily USA Grappling's fault. It was just breaking off from the wrestling, and so it was motion, right? They were still trying to fix it. So they wanted a professional company to come in and hold all of their qualifiers, help promote it, and so they asked me to do that. And they were going to use AGF rules. And me personally, I'm a combat veteran. I was in the Army. I was like, man, if we're going to send these boys off to represent the red, white, and blue and women, we should do it as best as we can. So it's only a few qualifiers per year. I mean, we run over 100 events a year in the United States, Scandinavia, and Europe as the American Grappling Federation. So doing these qualifiers wasn't like we were changing all of our rules, like we were doing everything completely different. It was just a couple, 2, 3, 4 that we were doing. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do the professional rules that they're doing for the UWW grappling. Let's have the refs do those rules. Let's have the people compete as they're going to go off and represent the United States. So it was important to me that we had the big round wrestling mat and not the typical square jiu-jitsu mat that we have. So we have the big 42 by 42 foot giant mat, and the rules and the refs educated on that for this specific event, so those guys can have a proper send-off and know how to compete under those rules in that environment. So the company is red, white, and blue. It's the American Grappling Federation. It was a great fit to go with USA and Team USA. I absolutely love being a part of it and helping send our people off, like I said, to go fight the other countries and grapple the other countries and bring back gold. That's what it's about. And word is, hopefully 2028, grappling will be in the Olympics. And that would be, I believe, the Los Angeles Olympics. We're here in Los Angeles now. That would be 2028 Olympics. And that's going to creep up on people real big, Like I know that we have a couple of the world championships in the jiu-jitsu industry right now, but man, the wrestlers all know the UWW Wrestling World Championships. There's only that's the highest level every year of wrestling that you can do. Besides that is the Olympics every 4 years. So like the wrestling world already knows that. A lot of the people who do jiu-jitsu and wrestling obviously know that, so the jiu-jitsu world and the wrestling world is really being meshed right now in the United States, and that ripple affects the world. So I do think that this has been under the radar because of the earlier trials and then COVID, and now it's coming back real hard, and we're about to see a big rise in this, I believe. I think there's going to be a big push for this. A lot of people want to represent the United States, and as they see higher level competitions holding the qualifiers and higher level people coming in and the attention brought to it, then you're going to have more registrations, more higher level people, and they'll be able to go off and do that. Another main thing that I really like about it is it does make people get tested for roids and all the other things that people can be doing in this sport. So it cleans it up. A lot of people complain about that in jiu-jitsu, so people will have to test underneath USADA or the World Doping Commission, and so that's another thing that'll be in there naturally, is the fact that they have to test. So we'll have these athletes going in and representing their country. I do believe the Mayal brothers represented Brazil. So there's already some famous people in the jiu-jitsu world that have done this. And again, man, I'm just really looking forward to doing my part and putting the Americans on the scene.